Why is selling life insurance hard? Sales is an art that needs skills and passion. Just like any other type of art. Sales is wide, some products or services are easy to sell, and others are way harder. Especially when selling an intangible and an unthinked of gadget, or product. Life insurance is the best example. Life insurance is an intangible product, i.e., it doesn't have a real form that you can touch, see, or hear. It is just a pile of papers that contains terms and conditions and some numbers. Life insurance is an unthinked of product. Which means rarely you would meet someone who has thought of buying a life insurance. So, what shall I deal with it? Especially if I have to sell life insurance to generate income? And how come life insurance selling makes very good income? First, it is very important to understand that insurance is not a product. It is a service. But modern trainings prefer to call it a concept. So, you are selling the concept of peace of mind, and that the client's family is safe at least. Once you sell that concept, you can sell anything. Literally. Second, you have to understand that selling life insurance is different than selling anything else since you aren't a salesperson in a shop and waiting for a client to step in to sell him. Instead you have to do the prospecting yourself, and try to sell them. So what is the difference? A person stepping into a shop, a store, a showroom, knows that they need the product or service and they have come to buy it. But rarely one will ever think of stepping into an insurance company and buy a life insurance even if they needed it. Most probably they do not estimate or know how much do they need it. So the skilled life insurance salesperson creates a sense of a need and urgency. That Mr. Glenn, you need this life insurance to protect your estate and protect your family in case of death, and you need it now. Life insurance is not easy to sell. Well, yes. A week or two may pass without selling any policy, but once you understand how to sell the concept, and create its urgency and need, life insurance will be much easier. Tip: watch your ratios. How many calls do I need to do to schedule a meeting? How many meetings shall I do to schedule a closing meeting? And how many closing meetings do I need to close a sale? This is why the insurance industry pays the highest commissions than any other industry. Selling life insurance is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. But I've been doing it for over 25 years now. At least at this point, I have a handle on what works and what doesn't. Nobody likes talking about their own death. It's like we have a built-in protective mechanism to avoid the topic. However, if you take a look at other cultures, they had a very realistic view of life and death. The fact that you could die today meant that you should live life to its fullest. Take a stand, be brave, make a difference, make the time you spend on this earth meaningful. It's that warrior spirit that so many people lack these days. I make a point of reminding my clients and prospects of this very fact. When people express interest but postpone buying the product, I remind them that they can't take their mortality for granted. Things happen. I have seen it many times. I say it respectfully and considerately, but I say it. So working with me is sometimes like working with a life coach. I help them face the truth about their lives. This is an extra skill that life insurance salespeople need to have, and it's very, very hard to cultivate. But I think people need a life guide these days, especially with the breakdown of families and communities and religious organizations. I kind of pick up the slack. You can see it in my blog posts. The media calls this being a thought leader, but my thoughts as a life insurance salesman have to be above and beyond the product, the marketplace, and the industry. They have to be about life, and love, and death, and making life meaningful. So, basically, I think you really have to be a philosopher to excel at selling life insurance. And that takes time, maturity, experience, and lots of thinking and learning.